piping, water supply. Some are just building out of the foundation. Some are painting. Some are in interior fittings. And so it's a moving target every day.
And a couple of orders that I told you we're doing directly from the Federal Housing Authority, which is our muscles in building the houses.
Technically, the FHA has two categories of housing programs. The first one is the commercial, which caters for the medium and upper income earners, as well as the second one is the provision of low income houses, what you can refer to as affordable houses for the generality of Nigerians. This is where the low income as well as the no income sometimes, fall into. The mix that you find in a place like Festac and Gwarinpa will give you the full picture of how this has been taken care of. It's a mixed development. Festac Town, phase 1, is somewhat to the tune of about, combined with Gwarinpa, is about 22,000 housing units. And if we look at the history and the records that are on ground here, we've been able to have well over 120,000 units of houses across board. And this covers about 30 states of the Federation, including FCT.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria and the Federal Housing Authority are increasing the housing stock through other schemes designed to achieve the 2,000 housing unit yearly targets aimed at providing more housing for Nigerians. The Housing Ministry is mitigating the deficit in the sector by providing more houses under the National Housing Program to ensure that Nigerians have access to affordable, conducive, and hygienic homes.
Mortgage institutions achieving affordable housing for all Nigerians will require the development of strong and enduring mortgage institutions with transparent processes and procedures. Mortgage refinancing company, this institution, when fully operational, should ensure adequate support for mortgage financing.
Federal Mortgage Bank is the foremost federal government agency for the promotion of affordable home ownership for Nigerians. That is the essence of creating the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, to promote affordable home ownership for Nigerians. And through the instrumentality of National Housing Fund. National Housing Fund is the source of funds, is a pool of funds where all Nigerians above 18 years and above are supposed to contribute 2.5% of their income into the pool of funds. It's from this pool of funds that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria provides all its services to the contributors to the National Housing Fund. And it's open to all Nigerians, whether in the formal or informal, or the public or private sector. They are supposed to be contributed into this pool of funds.
The Federal Mortgage Bank is the one funding the development of housing. And our main focus now is the affordable housing, whereby we are looking at the medium and low income earners so that we will reduce the housing deficit across the country.
One last thing is the National Economic Sustainability Program, to which the Honorable Minister was a member of that committee chaired by the Vice President, whereby we are directed to deliver 5,000 houses within a year to spend 40 billion naira. That project has already been approved by our board. Developers selected, they are already on site, about to clear sites and then start construction of those estates. We intend to deliver these 5,000 houses within a year. The effect of that is not only delivering houses and getting mortgages for these houses, but the job is going to create by building 5,000 houses even at 17 jobs per house, we are talking about over 85,000 jobs that are being created within that. The essence of that created by the federal government is to cushion the effect of the COVID-19 that has devastated the economy of the nation and other nations. With the creation of this economic sustainability program, which we are instructed to pursue, we'll be able to create jobs to reduce the impact of the COVID. And as you quite well know, that the private sector is the most affected during this COVID.
Well, again, let me re-emphasize that our ministry's housing scheme is a matter of testing a policy, because we are a policy initiator and implementer, but we drive policy down at grassroots through our parastatals. So part of our policy is not just construction, but funding. And the implementation of the funding side of our work is done by the Federal Mortgage Bank, providing loans for building houses and providing loans for acquiring houses. And all of this is done through the National Housing Fund, to which people can contribute. If you contribute to it, you can take out of it. So they give all sorts of loans, estate development loans, home refurbishment loans, and all of that. And they give it at through secondary mortgage institutions, because they are the apex mortgage institution. They give it to them at 6% or so. They lend it below 10.
The FMBN, we currently we have reduced the equity for mortgages lower than 5 million to 0, so that at that level you will capture the low income so that they can come up. And we have extended the National Housing Fund to the non-formal sector. All these things are being done to ensure more people get their own houses, to improve the house ownership in the country, house ownership rate. So we are working a lot in that regard.
Federal Housing Authority, on the other hand, is where we have a large complement of technical people, builders, and all of that. And they go out to go and build significantly large estates. Their reputations come from places like Guanipa and Festac Town, and they are doing something now in Zuba. They are trying to initiate some other large projects, big villages, big towns like Festac and Guanipa across Nigeria. So they have a couple of houses under development, and we hope that they can expand as the resources get better.
By the time you are creating this construction finance, you are creating jobs for the developers, you are creating jobs for the laborers, you are creating a lot of jobs. For every house built, you are creating 17 jobs that you are keeping in the Nigerian sector. Not only that, it has a multiplier effect. By the time you are constructing a house, you are stimulating the manufacturing of building materials. Those who are building the timber, they will be engaged. Those who are doing the roofing sheets, those who are doing the cement, producers of cement, producers of windows, aluminum, tiles, even those who excavate sand and then bring there, you are stimulating the entire economy.
And every time you move people to prosperity, you are moving them out of poverty. Whether the jobless who get work, you are moving him away from poverty. So whether you increase somebody's asset value by adding infrastructure, you are moving him away from poverty by moving him towards prosperity. Somebody who gets access to credit to refurbish his house is on the road to prosperity. Somebody who gets access to credit to buy a house, a mortgage, is on the road to prosperity, because he moves from owner of nothing to a mortgage holder. That's prosperity.
Apart from that, also, you are also, even post-construction, you are stimulating the economy in creating furnitures for that. A furniture maker, by the time we build these 5,000 houses, that means 5,000 furnitures are going into the economy. So this is it has a lot of multiplier effect for the nation, and it keeps the economy vibrant, and it keeps our youth away from restiveness, and keep them self-employed. So a lot of benefits come along with the housing construction.
Consequently, the central bank has approved 200 billion to construct houses for 300,000 households.
So these are the ways to see the president's commitment and statement. Because the difference between poverty really is prosperity. And prosperity is relative, depending on your status in life. If you didn't have a job yesterday and you have a job today, irrespective of what it pays, you have moved. Your next target now is to double your pay. And then your next target will be to acquire assets. Like a house, a car, clothing. You are moving on. Because as you have assets, you are acquiring things that you can use to leverage other things. So this is my understanding. But some have been fully completed, and we will soon launch the process of allocation on a digital platform to reduce human interference. So we don't want people coming to buy paper forms here, so that there are no human limited. There's very limited human interference, and people are not taking advantage of.
Welcome back. Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, through the Ministry of Housing, has chosen the development of infrastructures as an anchor to achieve a faster turnaround of the economy. During these unusual times of COVID-19 global recession and government limited resources, delivering housing to Nigerians from thought to manifestation. Our appreciation goes to the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing. I call him the People's Minister. His Excellency, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN. We say thank you. And to you watching, hope to see you next week. It's bye for now.